Hello, everyone. This meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice of this meeting was provided to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, and the Highland Park Planet on January 12, 2026, and was posted on the borough website at www.hpborough.com and on the bulletin board at Borough Hall, 221 South Fifth Avenue, Highland Park, New Jersey, and has remained continuously posted as required by law. Fire exits are to the left and right of the room. And as always, please remember to speak into the microphone. This is our June 11th, 2026 meeting of the Highland Park Planning Board. So we will start with our first order of business, a Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd all join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Marie, we'll take a roll call, please.
Ms. Ann? Mr. Gresham?
Here.
Mr. Chin?
Here.
Ms. Hadhazy? Here. Mr. Hale?
Here.
Mr. Ho?
Yes.
Mr. Linares? Mr. Malay?
Here.
Mr. Perlman?
Yeah, here.
Mr. Stern Cardinal?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Here.
Mr. Thomas?
Here.
Mr. Costanza?
Here.
Thank you so much. All right, we'll start with some preliminary items. We had some amendments to our February 12th, 2026 minutes, and I hope everyone had a chance to review them. Did anyone have any comments or changes on their revised minutes? Go ahead, Alan.
Top of page 3 for the February 12th minutes, I believe the word combination should be condemnation in 2 places in that paragraph.
I like a combination myself, but I understand that one.
Very good.
I promise one of these days it will be right. It will not say combination.
All right. Any other comments?
Just some minor things, like on page 3 of the February 12th. Road diet, second to last paragraph, it's just not capitalized, it's not it's just.
Yeah, this
The
is,
phrase road diet doesn't need to be capitalized. It can be lowercase r, lowercase d.
I'm not sure which minutes this is. It's in February 12th. It's February 12th? Yeah. Okay, it says, under the consistency.
Which page? Sure.
It's the,
Second page.
it was under the heading February 12th, regular meeting, and it says action, any other business. Yeah, that's April, that's what I meant. So,
Okay, I got you. now.
second, it says Mr. Gibbons Esquire sworn in, it should be sworn in.
Yes,
Probably
and-
swore at.
and we also don't need the dash in front of his. I looked up the name of the firm. That's not there. But I would, when we get to do the April 16th minutes, we'll make a note of it. On the February 12th minutes,
Okay.
we have the 1, 2, 3 corrections. Any other comments to the February 12th minutes? Okay, seeing none, I'll solicit a motion to accept our February 12th minutes subject to those revisions.
Motion to accept.
Seconded by Alan. We do a voice vote on this?
You can.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions?
I abstain.
I understand.
Khalidra, Matt, and does Pedro want to abstain?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure, why
But I
not?
did read them, so.
Since you weren't here.
All right, so we accept the meeting minutes for our February 12th meeting, subject to those revisions. So turning then to our April 16th meeting minutes and pointing out the 2 corrections brought up by Pedrick, that on page 2, in the middle of the page, it should say Mr. Gibbons swore in Missy Lane, and Clark Catton Hints doesn't need that little dash. And then my one comment further down on the page, Maureen, is that online probably is either one word or needs a dash. It's not like the word on and then the separate word line. Online refers to the internet. Okay.
I have a comment on for the April 16th.
Yes.
And some of those little minor things. The first reference to a CO by Elaine Cushman's testimony is on page 3, second paragraph, the last letters. If we could say certificate of occupancy, and then because then if you see, you know, first to the public, and then you know, in parentheses CO, and then other references to CO, they don't need to spell it out.
Alright, so the first reference to CO on page 3 will be fully spelled out as certificate of occupancy. Okay. Any other comments? We love proper layouts. It's great. That way someday far in the future, when people are reading thoroughly through our notes, they'll go, that board, they really understood grammar and proper presentation.
Yeah. The decisions are a little screwy, but the grammar's great.
Okay, not hearing any other amendments to our April 16, 2026 minutes, I'll solicit a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and the list of abstentions, please.
I abstain.
Khalidra. Paul's not here to abstain, and then there was just our professional, so that covers it. All right, very good. Oh, Dan, thank you. All right, very good. Moving right along past our minutes, that takes us to our new business, the master plan consistency review for the proposed capital project, also referred to as the South Third Avenue Plaza project, under resolution number 6-26-155, resolution referring a proposed capital project South Third Avenue Plaza to the planning board pursuant to NJSA 40:55D-31. I think our standard is not inconsistent with the master plan on this
Unfortunately,
one.
that is the language.
There we go. So with that, I'll turn this over to Chris for a presentation on why this proposed project is not inconsistent with our master plan.
So I won't really do a full presentation, but I do believe that in your packets, you have the presentation that's given by Arterial Common Park, dated December 15, 2025, entitled South Third Avenue Public Plaza. This was the presentation that Arterial Common Park gave to the general public regarding the related status, all the public engagement they have done to date, the listening sessions, and really shown as a concept plan of the South Third Plaza entails. In their presentation, you'll see comparisons with the Track C redevelopment project, the Hart Homes project, with the proposed South Third Plaza on the same page as the comparison, and really showing the relationship between the two, because the South Third, the Track C redevelopment project also have its own public gathering space. Generally speaking, the South Third Plaza is a tri-part design scheme, really 3 parts, consisting of a plaza which is on the street, a Tetra K treatment with crosswalks, street furniture and shade structures, as well as a cul-de-sac streetscape. However, fire trucks can't go through public plaza as part of the review with the fire marshal of the county, as well as a parking court, which is really an expansion of the existing municipal lot with the 2 properties, both to the north and the south. They presently have frame dwellings. One of them was used as a daycare facility. So the borough now will have ownership of those structures. There'll be a 3-lot, 3 lots adjacent to the right-hand parking lot, for which will have some sort of access from south to South Fourth. So this parking court provides much more parking for municipal purposes on a day-to-day basis, but also serve as a large area for the farmers market itself. In the concept renderings, you'll see there's a series of plan view concept renderings as well as perspective views. I think these are great images. Arterial is a people planning and engineering, a landscape architect and planning and engineering firm. So kudos to the borough for hiring a great consultant. I've worked with them before. So this is sort of building on the success of the Town Tables initiative back during COVID. And after that, the borough secured a street intersection permit, NJDOT, really to designate the space as a pedestrian mall, as you see throughout the state and country, through ordinance adopted in December 2022. This is something we've been working on for several years, and it's really rooted on a lot of the master planning efforts in 2003, which sought some sort of public gathering space. In the recent master plan effort, one of the goals related to land use was specifically says establish a public gathering space. like a town square, in order to bring people together at a special place, add activity for nearby businesses, provide a venue to promote the arts and host special events. And I believe there's another recommendation in the land recreation plan, which also sought to implement the Borough Square project. That, while it's not a public plaza per se, the Tri-City development project in itself will also have public gathering space both indoor and outdoor. So we're still definitely achieving both goals, which is great to see. Basically 7 years later. So there's been a process. My understanding is that since these concept plans were shared with the public in December 2025, we recently received 75% construction documents, and we are in the process of reviewing, which includes the Plaza Steering Committee, of which Councilman Hale, Ms. Ann, and Mr. Chin are on, as well as Rebecca Hirsch from the Main Street Health Park, as well as Aaron Wyman from the City of Music. There will be other staff members and consultants reviewing the plans as we see. But before we finish the project with 100% CDs and going out to bid, felt that was necessary and also required by the statute that before the governing body expends public funds for this project, it's reviewed by the planning board. So that's why we're here today, to sort of do that as we go through taking the conceptual plan towards the construction documentation. We're almost there, so we just want to get your review, and based on my reading of the land use plan as well as the recreation plan for that matter, I cannot find any reason why this would not be consistent. So therefore, I find it's consistent.
Thank you very much. I'll open this up to comments by the board.
So I have been very publicly not in favor of making the plaza on 3rd Avenue. And I have to be honest, I wanted to hate this, but this looks really, really good. It looks really good. The only question I had, well, I have a couple questions. So one, with regard to the footprint of the farmer's market, I see that there are there's space for the farmer's market in the open plaza, and the plan is to also use the parking lot for additional farmer's market space, which creates even more space than the current farmer's market allows, which is fantastic. But I'm concerned about where are the vendors parking for the farmer's market. If they set up all their tents and all of their things, where do their vehicles go?
Based on the rendering concept plan, the renderings appear to be parked inside the plaza. I think there tends to be space situated so that you can comment the vehicles. But I will ask those on the committee to.
It only demonstrates like 3 vans parked in the plaza in between some of the tents, which is a good use of that space in between tents. I'm just curious if there's been some thought given to where other vendors might park, given the limited parking outside of this. So that's number 1. And then my other question was, not so much a question, but more of just a consideration. I see that on the furniture and materials palette, there's engraved granite bands. Is the borough considering allowing people to purchase or make a donation to have an engraved brick in the plaza, so that as sort of a fundraising initiative to build funds for the plaza, people can get an engraved brick that lines the plaza somewhere with in memory of, or whatever dedication that they want to. Just an idea. That's not so much a question.
I'll leave that comment to Matt, but I just want to respond to your first point on the vendor truck. So I have seen these concept plans in the previous steering committees. If you turn to the one that says Bird's Eye View 2, looks like this one.
Yeah, I'll look at
This one. If you look along here, because this came up, obviously, where the vendor truck's going to park. This area space here with the trees along the wall in this closest corner here, instead of trees, I think there was more a narrower band of trees, with the discussion being that the trailers could pull in along this long stretch right there, and that we'd have a stronger greenscape to separate that truck parking from the neighbor, But in theory, that's where a bunch of long trucks could pull up, camp out while all the tents are up, and then when the tents break down, they can pull out again into the main area.
Right, but like, where are they supposed to park in the meantime?
You
Because
mean when they're
like,
not doing the
right,
farmer's market?
because so like, when Main Street
See 'em at
Highland
the
Park
farm.
does the street fair, right? Sometimes the center school opens up their parking lot and the vendors for the street fair are all told to park in that lot. So,
That's an
People
excellent question.
do,
We could
like, they
consult with
come-
Rebecca Hirsch about.
yeah, no, just brainstorming, just kind of like where people can park. Because I mean, you don't need your vehicle obviously during the farmer's market, but we just want to take that into consideration for a lot of parking. Because people will need to park.
I'll let Matt
But
comment.
some trucks or some vendors have to keep going back and get more stuff put out.
Mhm.
So the truck needs to be
Accessible,
adjacent, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Alan was pointing out that some of the trucks need to be, some of the vendors need to be accessible to their trucks, right? And so the ones that need that are the ones where these spaces that are close, in either in the middle or down here, down.
Well, that wouldn't make any sense, because how are you, if you're the red truck, now this person has to move, or if you're the, you know what I mean?
So
Like,
the idea is that the trucks, some of the trucks that need to be close,
Mhm.
right, would be here and their tent would be here. This tent could be here, this tent could be there,
right,
right? So, and the same here, so that they can park essentially behind their tents.
right.
So-
That I understand. I misunderstood, because I understood Alan to mean if people needed to move their people.
So it is a coordination issue. So the idea is that the vendors come in, they know where their spots are, they know what their check-in time and their roll-in time is, and they have to be there by that time. I mean, at the end of the day, vendors set up well before the farmer's market happens.
Right.
They're significant. Two other things that I just wanted to mention. As is listed in the plan, we are working towards and anticipating from Rite Aid, a pass through Rite Aid, through the Rite Aid parking. We're working very closely with the owner of Rite Aid to make that happen. There is a possibility that there can be additional parking for those trucks in
In the right,
the Rite Aid, you know,
kind of
how,
overflow.
as an overflow.
Yeah,
Right. On spring, on the festivals and things like that, that's a little bit different because the volume of vendors
Mhm.
requires us to be able to.
Have additional parking.
Have additional park.
yeah.
That doesn't seem to be a problem with either the existing market or the expanded farmers market. Based on our discussions with Main Street, that they think that they'll have enough parking with these two areas, plus potentially the overflow.
Okay. Do
Um,
we know what the Rite Aid building is going to be? 'Cause I
We don't.
understood maybe there might be a preschool going.
Prior,
there, or-
we do not know at this point, but
Okay.
prior to that happening is when we intend to have we will have that in place ideally before.
Before they get a new
whatever
tent.
they do. Yes.
Okay,
And then in terms of pavers and paying for, you know, and things like that, we are very happy to take checks if you'd like to be the first one. We'll be happy to do that. That's a little premature, obviously.
no, I know, but I'm just
um,
saying, like, as an
certainly-
idea to, you know, fundraise in the future for this, I think there's a lot of people who would love to have dedication cater
And
in the plaza.
I think it's an excellent idea and we'd be happy to take this first step.
There you go. What about food trucks?
So food trucks, we're figuring out food trucks. The idea is that there is, food trucks do add a certain ambiance to it. Food trucks right now are currently on Raritan Avenue. They
Right.
stay on Raritan Avenue, rather than come into the plaza. We haven't made that determination yet. We haven't decided, which way to go on that. So, we understand that some people love food trucks. We understand that other people hate food trucks. And so it's to be determined.
Okay.
This is a very, very small thing. I know these are not plans, these are just renderings. But if we look at that same perspective rendering bird's eye view 2 and a couple others, the arrow for the exit to the parking lot, I think is facing wrong way down that one way.
You're correct.
I just want to make sure someone points that out so we don't end up with traffic being very confused.
Shouldn't tell them, but you never leave.
Derby.
Yeah, either way.
Or maybe only leave through the right end, who knows?
Yeah, I noted that in my comments. But it's a rendering.
Yeah, I figured, I just wanted to make sure.
Anyone else?
Yes, so one question, these look like they were dated December and were presented at that public meeting. Are these the final plans, or will there be changes based on the public comment at that meeting?
So sorry, go ahead.
Oh, well, you probably know much more than I do, County Dale, but generally speaking, these are purely conceptual plans. They have in advance, after receiving comments from the public through not just that meeting, but a series of listening sessions and public meetings. And what we have now, which is not before this board, are 75% construction documents, and even then, it still may change, it's still undergoing review, we'll have more comments as we see tonight to really consider.
So, you know, I did make one comment at that meeting, and I'll make it again. The potential access to the Rite Aid property, where it's shown on the southern part of the parking lot, right? I believe my comment or my recommendation is to consider moving that access to the northern part of the parking lot. Doing that, I think, the way the Rite Aid lot is shaped, that potential redevelopment could allow for a mixed another building that could frame that space much better. If you look at the way the Rite Aid property juts out in the back, you know, I went out with Alvin, we paced it one night. You could put a residential building there, and then you'd have a residential building right next to this new space, this great new space. And I think with the cross access on the southern side, I think it makes it more difficult to sort of, you know, redevelop that property other than what it currently is. And I'm drawing in conversations we've had as a board when we adopted the redevelopment plan for Rite Aid, and we talked a lot about potential not just reuse of the building, but really tearing the building down and doing, you know, long-term doing something different. And I think if the cross access easement was closer to the northern side, closer to where Yellowbrook Road used to be, right? That keeps a developable piece of that Rite Aid in play.
Yeah, as far as I understand, obviously, since these were prepared prior to the December 13th meeting.
Yeah.
So looking at the concept plan rendering, the rendered plan view looking down, it shows the southerly connection between the two. That has changed significantly. It's more or less going to be what the existing condition is now, which is using the driveway, turning north, and then cutting that way, which is.
Is it set on which, if you pursue cross access with access to the Rite Aid property, are you set on that design, or is it open to?
No, we're not set on this design or even that design. It's still a work in progress. Obviously, we've been dealing with it for over a year.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just going to reiterate. I think to consider moving that and really, you know, as you work with Rite Aid, you know, because I do believe we have an opportunity to, as you know, long term, you know, really start to build out that property and really strengthen this space as, you know, once it's built out. And the Jenga on Board's Eye 2 that's a big Jenga. It's like 20 feet tall, isn't it? Right, you can need a zoning, you can need a building permit for that. It's a falling Jenga.
Any other comments from the board? Okay, then I'll open up this meeting to public comments. Seeing no members of the public in our in-person audience, is there anyone at home who wishes to be heard? Okay, all right, I will close the public portion of comments on the plan, and unless the board has any final comments, I will solicit a motion to see if this is not inconsistent with our town's master plan.
I move so.
Motion Seconded, we'll take a roll call vote, please.
Do I understand then you are accepting the plan as presented and that the comments are not to be included?
I believe what's been referred to us is whether the expenditure, the capital project for this public works is not inconsistent with the
Right.
master plan. I don't think we're obligated to approve or disapprove the specifics of the
You're not
plan.
obligated. I'm just, there were some comments, so I just wanted to ask. So
Yes.
if the motion is what it was said, that's fine with me.
I trust Matt to bring back the commentary to council, and I will also do so at the steering committee with Matt, because I think it's also
This
very-
is, we're not reviewing a site plan. This is a
This
concept,
is
right?
not a site plan.
Yeah, this is
Correct.
Similar to a school, just a long range.
voting on the idea.
That the town, it's not inconsistent with the town's master plan to undertake this capital expenditure for the purpose of developing the South Avenue Plaza. So I hope that's the motion Alvin thinking.
That is in fact.
There you go.
Yes,
All right.
that's definitely what I want to do.
I'll second it again.
Thank you. And we'll take a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Brusher?
Yes.
Mr. Chen?
Yes.
Ms. Hazzy?
Yes.
Mr. Hale?
Yes.
Mr. Ho?
Yes.
Mr. Malay?
Yes.
Mr. Pearlman?
Absolutely.
Mr. Stern Cardinal?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes,
Ms. Hand?
Yes. All right. And with that, we'll just look at Scott and see if there's any good gossip around town about stuff that's going on.
I don't need that. No, it's actually been pretty quiet. We're still waiting to hear about the new Fifth House.
Yes, that's going through interpretation to the zoning board, I think on the 22nd.
All right, so it's been part of the zoning board. Okay. Very good. 12.
they were working there today. That house.
I didn't put a stop construction. on it.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
just coming.
it's a court order.
All right. Very good. All right, so with that, I'll open up this meeting to members of the public wishing to be heard on items not on the agenda. Continuing to see no members of the public having joined us in the last 5 minutes and nobody at home, I will close the public portion of this meeting and I will solicit a motion to adjourn.
Whoa.
So solicited.
Motion by Pedro,
Come on.
seconded by Dan. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. As